It's nearly 10 to 8. Now, the UK is the 9th largest manufacturing nation in the world. The sector employs nearly 3 million people. And a report out today says we don't celebrate our industrial strength enough.
Ben is a coffee machine maker in Birmingham to hopefully make some coffee as well and tell us all about it. Morning.
Yeah, morning to you. How often have we heard that phrase, we don't make anything in this country anymore? Well, quite frankly, it's not true. That survey from the EEF suggesting most of us think we're the 56th largest manufacturer. We're actually the 9th. Well, Adrian's with me. Adrian, you run this place. This makes coffee makers, don't you? You sell right around the world. First of all, tell me the story of your name, the company name, because there's an interesting one as far as how you sell your things are concerned.
Absolutely. The name came from an anagram of my father's name, which is Frank, and cappuccino, the word cappuccino. We needed a really Italian-y sounding name for the coffee machine, hence Frappuccino. So
and that means you can sell to Italy and other places. So if you've got a foreign-y sounding name for coffee, it helps.
In the old days, yes, definitely. When we very first started, people's perception was it needed to be Italian to be an espresso machine. Since then, that's changed, and now we promote the fact that they are made in Britain. That's the most important thing now.
Yeah, and that made in Britain brand is really valuable now, isn't it? But it's not always been that way.
No, not always been that way. But over the last sort of 7 or 8 years, since really the recession, and we've really pushed forward on export market, that has become more beneficial to us to be a British manufacturer and promote the British brand and obviously wave the Union Jack flag.
Yeah, absolutely. Adrian, for now, thanks so much. Let me squeeze past you here. And that really is part of the success story, because look, this place makes 5,000 of these coffee machines every year. It sells them right around the world. It employs about 70 people. But getting people into manufacturing to do manufacturing jobs isn't always as easy as you might expect. Well, two people can explain a little bit more. Fiona, you run a manufacturing firm here, and also Georgina, you're an apprentice in a manufacturing firm. We'll talk to you in a sec, because Fiona, looking around here, not many women attracted to work in manufacturing, and particularly young people, because it's sort of got a bit of a bad reputation. People assume that it's about standing on a production line doing things, and it's not always that way, is it?
No, it's a real shame, because actually manufacturing is all about problem solving, either requirements for the customer, or you're trying to find that sweet spot when you're running the machines. You're trying to reduce the amount of packaging that you're using, reducing the amount of lorries on the road. So it's a really interesting place to work, I would say.
And Georgina, I mean, you are an apprentice, you work in a manufacturing plant. Did you always think that you would do that sort of job? Because many people might think there's not enough young people going into manufacturing. Why not?
I think it's kind of like a stigma around manufacturing, especially with young people and in education. It's not something I originally saw myself doing, but when I started applying for apprenticeships and doing GCSEs and A-levels, I thought it was something that's really different, a different industry. And as I kind of delve deeper into what's behind what we do every day, kind of the everyday products we use, I found it really, really interesting. And I think it's something that we need to promote in schools as well, and especially with young females. I think it's something that we need to get rid of that stigma and that perception around it, because there's a lot more to manufacturing than standing on a production line. There's looking at the design aspects of it, how things are worked, and also just doing different bits of like digital transformation, for example, those opportunities that are available.
Yeah, and Fiona, I mean, how typical is Georgina's story? You know, that idea that people don't see it as a career option, but absolutely offers so many different things, and it's what we're really good at in this country.
Yeah. And we were talking about it earlier, and I was saying, until you come in and see a manufacturing enterprise, you don't appreciate what's involved, the planning that's involved, the understanding of materials, machines, the components. There is so much to it. I mean, I'm an accountant, and I've worked in services and financial services, but I prefer manufacturing. It's brilliant. You produce something, and it's tangible, and you can give it to somebody. Yeah.
And a final word, Georgina, if anyone's watching this, thinking, you know, manufacturing's not for me, what would you say to them?
I'd definitely say go and try everything you can. I think you've got to open those doors before you close them. That's the way I got into my job, and just think, you just give it a try and see if it's for you. I've had so much fun doing it and found the best job I think I could possibly find.
Great note to end on. Thanks to you both. Really nice to see you both. So there you have it. I mean, that's a sense of, you know, what we're really good at in this country, and it is manufacturing. It accounts for about half of everything that we sell abroad from the UK. In the past, maybe had a bit of a bad reputation, but the Made in Britain brand is back. It's what we do well. And what you heard this morning, certainly a career option for many people, but it's just about getting over that stigma of what many of us expect manufacturing to be. But as you can see here, alive and well in Birmingham.
Cheers, Ben. I'd like a large, skinny, flat white with soy milk, please.
So fussy. So
He's the man.
fussy.
Ben has the skills,
Yeah,
the
but come
experience.
on.